it's Margaret, and I want to tell you how cool this look is because it is a really, really special look that I just got so inspired by. I just watched the Halston biography documentary, and it's just so great. He was an amazing designer that really brought a lot of attention and innovation in the 70s, and especially during the disco era. And they had a lot of footage from Studio 54, and if you don't know about it, definitely Google it and research it because they had such iconic looks in the fashion industry, and Studio 54 was synonymous for that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking like a champagne pearl metallic shimmer powder and shadow on right. I'm going right into the inner parts of her lid, and I'm going right in the brow bone and see how that shimmer is pretty intense, and it's got that really pretty champagne-y color, so it's really subtle. As you can see, I already put like fallout powder after I did her foundation, so that way, because you don't want anything to fall onto the face. And so anyway, so now I'm going to go into a more taupey metallic. I'm using all metallics because in that era it was all about shiny and very opulent, very, very opulent looks. And when you get a chance, try to watch that biography. Also, Google images from Studio 54. I saw this picture, and this is one of the looks that got me super inspired, was a picture of Jerry Hall and Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger and Jerry Hall were married. And really crazy, there was a picture of those two, Mick Jagger and Jerry Hall, and Bianca Jagger, his ex-wife. And they were all kind of partying together, and the makeup was just unbelievable, really, really cool. So this is really my inspiration. And like Halston did so many things to like he brought ultra suede to like the couture level, and he just he used makeup in a way to make a statement. And Studio 54 was really all about that. I mean, when I think about Studio 54, I think about Andy Warhol. I think about just Grace Jones and all the iconic people. Disco was so huge back then. So definitely follow that era because I think it's going to definitely take another precedence in fashion again. It's going to come back. So what I'm doing here after I did this light, sandy light metallic color in the inner part of the lid, I'm putting a much more like intensified brown kind of, it's kind of a pinky brown. So it's kind of a collaboration of a brown that I used in the inner, and then the champagne pinky on the highlighter, and more of an intense metallic version of it. And what I'm doing is I'm going right from the middle of the lid, and then I'm batting it out all the way out like that. So I'm winging it out very soft, but not too heavy, but at the same time I want that kind of stripe feel to it. So as you can see, I'm just kind of blending that all in, and I'm really creating a nice symmetry. So I'm going to take my wedge sponge here and really create a nice sharp line, and probably just from how I'm seeing it, it's going to need a little bit more support on the brow bone. So I'm going to probably get the highlight out a little bit more just to support the intensity of this brown. Because see how I'm just kind of going right up. So I'm going to go back now with the champagne highlighting powder, and I'm just going to go right along the brow line like that. So just see how it's all creating a nice dimension. This is such a cool look, and I tell you, if you can put this look together, people are going to be like, how'd you do that? It's really cool, and yet it's still elegant and still subtle. And right now, there's so much deconstruction going on with makeup that I think this might be a really nice transition, because it's not a heavy like black liner look. It's more about just utilizing textures and colors and shapes, and yet it's still very kind of, I don't know how to put it, but it's not as heavy of a look as you think it is, even though it's super elegant and very intense at the same time. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting some very shimmer, kind of pearly metallic, just right on the start of her lash lines that goes from the bottom to the top. And this creates a really cool optical illusion, okay? Because what this does is, especially like if you look at Candy's eyes, they go in a little bit. So I want to pull them out. So rather than pull them in, I'm pulling them out by using the light, because the light pulls out. And now I'm going to use a very brown gold. So this has a very brown, dark brown powder with a lot of gold shimmer in it. And I'm just going to line the eyes like that. And this will definitely create some different gradation of textures. And see how that is supporting the darker part of the lid, but at the same time it also is rimming her eyes. And it's creating a really beautiful feel to the whole look, and yet it's still very soft because I'm not using the heavy pencils. Now, a lot of these techniques, if you are interested and serious about becoming a makeup artist and you want to just take something where you don't have to go away, you can go to my website and do the online training. And I even have a certification program, and it's www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. And you can also make an appointment to take private lessons with me, or you can even do a blended program where you take part of it online and part of it with me. Either way, if you are serious about learning a lot of these tricks of the trade, this is definitely the way to go, and it's economical, and you can definitely get some intense training. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking that brownish color that I used on the inner part of the lid, and I'm just going to rim that brown gold shadow that I put on earlier, just to soften it out and just give it a little bit more of a nice gradation. So now I'm going to put, now the 70s was all about stripe blush. Now when I say stripe, it had a very intense streak to the cheekbone, and it really, I think the whole effect is to really make the cheeks look super sunk in. So I'm using an angled blush brush here, and I'm having Candy make like a fish, and I'm going right along the inner part of her cheekbone, so the sunken area of her cheekbone, right on the lower ledge of it. And see how I'm just really creating a really intense line, and see how I'm just going from right from the middle circumference of her eyes, right, if you go right down from her eyes to the cheek, right from the middle of the cheek, and I'm going all the way into the hairline across her ears like that. And that creates a nice dimension. I'm just following her natural cheekbone. She's got a great shaped face, and it really does allow it to make it very easy. So if you have super round face, definitely suck your cheeks in as much as you can, because that'll definitely help you create a nice dimension to it. So now I'm going with like a soft gold pinky color on top, and I'm just going to go right into the contour color I use on the bottom. And this one I'm just going to go right on the upper ledge of her cheekbone, and I'm going to go along her temples. And see how I'm going in a circular motion like that? This allows the top color to blend into the lower color of her thing, and you can see a little bit of the gold in her cheek, and this will all definitely play on the metallics of the eyeshadow. This is so Studio 54, I love it. And I'm just going to go right in, and it's very subtle because I don't want it to look so over, but at the same time it's intense. It's definitely still has an intensity. So I'm going with a super black mascara, and I'm really going with a lot of thickness to the lashes, because back then, it was all about lashes. I could put false eyelashes on this, and it could definitely add more to the look, but I tend to like to go a little more natural if possible. And if you look at how I'm putting it on, I'm really emphasizing the intensity of the lashes on the outer lash. So on the outer part of the lash to pull out and really thicken them out a lot, because I think that really creates a nice feel to this. And see how that's really starting to pick up. And then I'm going to go on the bottom and do the same thing, and I'm just going to go right across and coat each lash as I'm going on each area of the lash line. And see how I'm just really trying to get the thickness out of the lashes, because this definitely will really finish off the look so beautifully. And just clean, any clumps and stuff like that. See how that's, and see when you do the mascara, you can really, it really shows off each area of the shadowing of how I placed the different dimensions. And it really pulls the cheeks together, all together, so it really kind of makes it a whole look rather than certain areas of the look. Okay, so now I'm going to go with a very intense lip. And back then they used a lot of vamp colors, dark purples, burgundies, wines. So I'm going with a deep wine, kind of a Cabernet look. And I'm going to go with a full-on lipstick, and with the gloss, of course, but over it just to give it some nice shimmer to it. But see how this intense deep wine color just really kind of pulls everything together so pretty, and also makes the teeth look so white. And I love it. I love this look. And I'll tell you, get the opportunity to Google Studio 54. You'll be so inspired by all the cool looks that was in fashion during that time. And I really think that makeup is going to come around to that era again, because makeup is starting to really take a precedence back into, the consumers. People are really wanting to buy lipsticks and shadows, and mascaras are a big thing. And so I think, with having all of that being such a huge trend right now, I think people are going to start doing some more daring looks. And this is still it's still now. And what I did was I took a lot of what I saw from the 70s and I really modernized it by doing it this way. And it's very couture right now. It's very clean look, but at the same time it's very uber sophisticated. And I think that if you practice this look, you'll be able to do so many different looks with this look using different color combos. And it is such, to me, I love it. I'm going to start doing more looks like this on my shoots, on my editorial shoots, and I really want to bring this look back even more. And I want to try to do different color variations to show you how versatile this look can be. But try this and definitely practice. And it's not as easy as it looks. It's definitely a look that I feel that will take practice, because you also have to understand the symmetry of the look. And and if you guys really are serious about becoming a makeup artist, I highly recommend you take the online training. It's really pretty intense training, but the people that have taken it, I saw what they got from it. They're doing amazing makeup. And if you can come and take private training from me, even better. If you want to do even a blended program where you take the online training, just come in and get some couple of days of intensive classes, that's a really great way to go. I will teach you everything you need to know and all the things that you never thought you could know, and have fun with makeup. So we're almost there at the final stretch, and Candy is definitely looking like a Studio 54 diva and ready to go out and have fun. And this makeup is just so elegant, so pretty, and she's totally working it. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm putting a little bit of lip gloss right on the pout of her lips, and see how that's just so pretty. And I put a little highlighter right on the Cupid's bow, if you could see that, just to bring it out. And there you go. Look how beautiful this look came out. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys practice this, and I'll see you soon.